let's get some work done. Hey guys, check out my new toy, my new tool for working on stuff. This is a motorcycle slash ATV slash lawnmower, whatever I need it to be, lift. It's manufactured by APlus. Model number MT1500X. Excuse the dirt and oil on it here, but I've been using it and testing it for the last, not real long, maybe 3 weeks or so, 4 weeks or so, but been working great. Let me go over a few of the features with it. This isn't the only way that all the features that this will be kind of a review and going over the features and extensions I have for it and all the options that I got for it. So with that being said, let's get into it a little bit. Okay, so this is like I said, it's a manufacturer's APlus. It's a model MT1500X. So what that means is this lift is capable of lifting 1,500 pounds. It's pneumatic. It's a pneumatic lift, which means it's ran by air. So you have to have some sort of air compressor to run this lift. How it works. Whoop, got my air hose hooked up to it right now. It's a foot pedal. Okay, and this all comes with the lift. Comes with this foot pedal. It's got this hose coming off of it here. Okay, and it comes with this quick connect that's on the foot pedal. Foot pedal is just push it down to lift, and then push it up to release the pressure. Real simple. I did have to buy a coupler, obviously, that fits my air hose couplings. It did come with the male and female for the lift itself, and you add one on this side for your air hose. Pretty simple. Good heavy duty construction, it feels like. It's got this metal spring going around the hose. I would assume that's for any kind of damage on the hose. Like running across the garage floor, whatever. Okay. This lift has a dropout in it here, back here. This is a plate that comes up and pulls off. This is for when you have a motorcycle on here, you can change the tire. You can change the rear tire, drop it underneath the fender. And I would assume I haven't tried yet, but you flip the bike around on this lift and you can pull out the front tire also. Pretty handy. This lift also, let me throw this on here real quick. This is the ramp. The ramp for the lift to drive up on it just simply has tabs here or pieces of iron that hook into holes on the lift. So you hook this, drop it in, and it's done. That's simple. And you can take that on and off as you please. This lift comes with the clamp also for your front wheel on a motorcycle. It's a screw clamp. You crank it. Crank's pretty easy. That vise just grabs a hold of the tire and holds the tire there, or holds the bike upright. and I'm hoping you can see well enough. This does got a stopper. Well, I'm not going to pull it off, but it's got a stopper for the wheel up front here. So the wheel can only go in so far. And it also is adjustable depending on what type of tire or bike you put on here. Right now I have adjusted it up for the dirt bike that you see, so it's pretty tight right now. But if I was to put my motorcycle up on here, once a bigger, fatter tire, so I'm going to need to push that stopper out a little bit. It comes with, you got eyelets on the back here and on both sides in the front. What them are for is tie-down hooks. You don't want to rely on just this clamp when you put a motorcycle on here. You need to tie the bike down, okay? Even just the front is sufficient. It's recommended to do both front and back though. Just grab some tie-downs, some tie-down straps, and just strap that bike down. That way it's not wobbly. Good heavy gauge steel. I'm not sure what gauge the steel is, but nice and thick, heavy gauge. So now that we've gone over that, there is more options to this. I got side extensions on both sides to drive the four-wheeler up on it. So I'll pause the video right now, but I'll be right back and I'll show you how to put on these side extensions. Okay guys, so you can see I got some of the accessories out here. I want to explain a couple things first before I start putting on the accessories. This orange rod right here, this is the safety lock for when you have something up here, okay? There's all different kinds of settings, as you can see here. This, you got the highest setting here is the lift is the highest it can go. And you got, let's see here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 other settings that you can lower this down to and lock it in place, okay? So that's what this rod is for. It goes to the other side also. Just a straight rod, and that's your safety latch, okay? Always use that. Don't rely on just your air pressure to hold this lift up. Once you lift something, you push this rod down and let the air release out and let it lock into place. Don't rely on air pressure to hold your ATV or motorcycle up on here. So that's what this is for. And one thing I was wondering, why the cable? I didn't understand the cable. You got this release cable here, okay? Let me plug in my air here and I'll show you. So we lift it up, highest will go right there. You can bring back your lock mechanism and it locks into place. Or you can do it with this cable. Locks into place. Okay? I didn't understand, like, why do I need this cable if I can just reach down here and grab it? I don't understand. You'll see why in a minute. But this, I almost thought about, well, I'll just get rid of this because it doesn't make sense why you have it on there. But you'll see why it makes sense in a minute. Okay, so you see I lifted it up. I've got a locking mechanism up here for the lift. And I'll push the air actuator down. It releases the air out of the cylinder. And it'll slowly start going down. Okay? And it'll go down faster when you have something on here, when you have some weight. And you can regulate it by your foot pedal. Okay? So let me get a ruler real quick. All right, so floor height of this. when it's all the way down, is about 7.5 inches sitting off the bottom, you know, from the floor to the top of it. Not bad, not bad at all. So I'm going to lift this back up, and if my air compressor turns on, I'll just speed up the video. Okay, that little jump cut was my air compressor kicking on. So once you have the lift all the way raised up, you just simply grab the lever here, push your lock down, and start releasing pressure. And you're going to hold that lock steady. Sometimes you got to do it twice to get that lock in place. Then you just release the air pressure and leave that lock right there. Like I said, you can adjust it wherever you would like. So now, while we don't have the size of everything on it, let me take you off the tripod and I want to show you kind of the build quality of this. Okay, so we're going to come over here. You can see, and this is kind of a big thing, you can see this big panel here. This whole panel is solid. That makes it so it doesn't twist. And usually you have that on the heavier dutier lifts. So it doesn't lift. You got rollers here, roller bearings for rolling up on the scissor action here. You got grease fittings here. On the other side, there's one also. And then in the back part here, back here, there's 2 more grease fittings that you can grease. There's the cylinder. Like I said, this is a pneumatic cylinder. Got air pressure going to it. The instructions say to oil that cylinder periodically. The bolts holding all this together. Not great bolts. I guess that's the biggest complaint I would have, or the only complaint I would have. These should be grade 8 bolts all the way around here, and they're not. You can change that out if you would like. Okay, so this particular lift, I showed you the measurements of floor height, 7.5 inches. Total, I should say total lift, but lift onto the first lock, or the last lock, however you want to call it, where you're going to be working on stuff. From the floor to the top, 32 inches. Okay, it'll lift higher than that. Matter of fact, let's test it out. Total lift height, 34 inches. But then you want to put it back onto your lock. We're going to release the pressure out of there again and put it onto its locks. Okay? Now, we're going to get to adding the extensions on the side. Many components to this. First component you want to install is this pipe. Now, it's just, I'm not sure what it's made of, just a steel pipe threaded on both ends. You got these caps that it comes with on both ends. Let me get a little closer to the camera. You just thread off these caps, or at least one side of the cap. Okay. Now, you'll see I added 2 bolts. This did not come with the kit. These bolts did not. What I did, this pipe goes down the bottom of the lift, of the scissor lift, so the lift isn't tippy when you got the side extensions on. So you take the cap off, like you've seen, you slide that into the bottom of the scissor lift, screw the cap back on, and that makes it lift more stable. What I did is I added 2 bolts to either end, if I'm in frame here or not, 2 bolts to either end. That way this pipe can't slide one way to the other as I might kick it or something like that. It won't slide. So that's kind of a feature I added. The holes were already drilled in here, into this pipe. I just added some bolts is all. So let me go ahead and install this, and we'll go on to the next step. Okay, you see me install that. Now that's the pipe that will extend the lift so it's not as tippy, okay? It'll hit them stops and won't be as tippy when you got a bigger load on here. Next thing it comes with, you got your two longer pipes. You got your two shorter pipes, okay? It comes in the kit with these, I'm not sure what you call these, pins of some sort, locking pins, to where they just push in and you swing the little washer piece over and it locks that pin in place. The kit comes with all these. My kit was missing one of them. I had to go to my hardware store and pick up one. Not a big deal. But where these pipes go, these pipes are going to go one in front, let me go to the other side here, make sure I'm getting in the hole. No jokes. Okay, so that, you got one that goes in the front, one that goes in the back, okay, these holes are already pre-drilled and everything for you. The short ones, you could guess why they're short. These two here are going to go in the back. They're short for the reason being for your dropout. You don't want a long one going all the way across for your dropout. You want this to be a clear dropout. So, one goes on this side, one goes on that side. Okay? Now you can see here on the wall, I have both sides sitting here. Now it's just a matter of putting them on. So I'm going to speed up the video, and you can see me putting these on. Okay, so you can see that one person can easily do this. They do go on one way. I mean, you got your one rod hole going over there, and your two on the back. So you got to get them a little bit straight with that, but they can go either way. One thing to note, which is kind of cool, you can put these on upside down also. So you flip them upside down, then you can use them as a tool tray. Set your tools on here. Parts, whatever. Kind of cool. Okay, so now that we got the sides on, the parts sitting here are the ramps for the extensions. Same thing. They just plop in place. Same thing with this side. Plop in place. Now, I don't know if you can see this or not, but the side extensions, they do set up a little bit farther than the middle when the lift is up. And I don't see that as a big deal because once the lift is down, they are flush. You know, so it isn't a big deal. I know you probably could try to bend them so they are flush when it's upright like this, but I don't see the sense in it. So, this is the lift with the side extensions on. You still got your drop load if you need it. It's all open. Like I said, you can take off these ramps if need be, and that's all accessible. This drop out is well enforced or reinforced. It's got tubular steel right in here. A nice solid piece. Okay. So, what I was getting at with this whole, can you kind of see what I was talking about with this piece now? With this piece of wire? because I would have to reach way underneath here now to pick that up. To where now, I can lift the table up and just pull it. Locks into place. I can let the table down now. So I don't have to reach underneath there. Let me let the table go all the way down so you can kind of see what it looks like all the way down. You can see these ramps are even now, all the way down. Perfect. Okay? So we're going to raise it back up. Now you will have to reach underneath here to grab your lock piece. That's the only thing that I have to kind of see is a little bit of a pain, is you have to reach underneath here and guide that lock into place. You know, and maybe I'll find a better way to do it. Like I said, I've only had this for a few weeks, so. Okay, so there's one more piece that this lift comes with. Let me go grab it. Okay, so this lift also comes with a jack. How cool is that? Okay, it comes with this jack. It's got a little wrench piece here. That's all you gotta do. You crank it. You crank it up, and that will lift motorcycle, four-wheeler, whatever you want. It's adjustable, okay? You can move it wherever you want. It's also got adjustable feet. You take these ones out, these are kind of longer, and put short ones in there. Nice little feature. I've used that a lot already, you know, with working on the dirt bike. Now I've used the longer ones for working on a dirt bike. You can see how much higher it is compared to this one. Very nice feature. So that is it really for this AP lift, MT1500X. Very nice lift. I highly recommend it. Links will be in the description below. Price-wise, I know you guys are going to ask that. A few different ways to get this lift. There will be an Amazon link below. You can order this on Amazon. I'm pretty sure it's Prime. I'm not sure if it's Prime or not, but you can order this lift. At the time of making this video, and the time that I ordered this lift, I guess, it was $999, shipped to your door. Okay, and then that comes with the lift, it comes with the sides, the ramps, the jack, the clamp, and the front extension. Oh, there's one more piece that I didn't show you yet either. It comes with an extension for this lift. So if I had a big, Harley chopper that was stretched out, you can add an extension to the front of this and put that chopper up on this lift, the length of the butt, length of the stretched out motorcycle. I'm not going to get it out and show you. It's just a big plate that bolts to the top of this. Pretty self-explanatory. It just stretches it out some more. So it does come with that also for that price. You can have it shipped right to your door for the $999. Obviously there has to be some sort of a semi-truck with a lift gate, but that includes shipped to your door for that price. What I opted to do, and if you want to save some money, this is what you can do, is I went to their website. I'll link their website below. I went to their website and ordered it right from their website and had them ship it to a business. So what happens when you do that way, you can save yourself like probably about 80 bucks. That way, if you have a dock, you know, a delivery dock at your workplace or at somebody's workplace that you know, the semi-truck is back in there and off it, you don't need a lift gate delivery. So that will save you like 80 bucks. So that's what I opted to do. Out-the-door price, what I paid for this was $919. And that was with delivering it to a business, not a lift gate delivery. I think it's a pretty good deal. It's the cheapest I could find for the quality and the options and the lift capacity. Pretty rare. I mean, usually, you know, right around that price range, you can find maybe a 1,000-pound lift capacity, but not a 1,500-pound capacity. So, props to them. I think this is a great lift. I'm sharing it with you guys because I think it's a great deal, and I'm happy with it. So, with that being said, I'm going to close off this video. It's long enough. I apologize. I'm going to end it with lifting my four-wheeler, which is one of the heaviest things I have for lifting here as far as motorcycle four-wheeler-ish. I want to say that is pushing around 900-pound four-wheeler. Definitely not even stretching this lift. You know, the lift could do way more, but it's the heaviest thing that I have. One thing to note, you definitely need an air compressor that can run this thing. I noticed with my little air compressor, and it's just a little baby one, it's not real big, and I think you need right around 100 psi to run this lift. The problem is you need volume to run the lift. I can lift my heavy four-wheeler with my small air compressor, don't get me wrong, but I can tell the air compressor is struggling to push the volume of air it needs to lift it. So something to think about. You know, you do need a decent air compressor to run this. So just an excuse, I guess, to get a new air compressor, right, guys? So anyway, I'm going to close off this video. Thanks for watching. I'm going to roll in a little B footage here at the end, showing it lift my four-wheeler now. So thanks for watching. Follow me on my socials: Facebook, Twitter, Patreon, and PayPal. I'll see you in the next one. And it's lifted.